everyone. You're watching Global Leaders Network, WINTV. I'm your host, Yeseo-Yoon. There are many leaders globally in areas such as government, non-for-profit organization, art industry, sports, etc. Global Leaders Network invites variety types of leaders and shares their inspirational stories. Today, I invited professional former boxer Luis Mateo. How are you today?
Okay, I'm doing real good.
You look so great.
Thank you.
I can tell that you're working out probably every day, right?
I still work out every day, yeah. I work out 6 days a week.
Wow. How many hours per day?
Well, I work out about 2 or 3 hours a day.
Wow, amazing. So please introduce a little bit about yourself and how many awards you received and what kind of awards have you received through the boxing champion?
Well, I want to introduce myself. My name is Luis Mateo, and I just want to tell the people that I was inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame because I was one of the greatest Hispanic boxer, Puerto Rican boxers from the state of Illinois. And I fought the greatest boxers in the history of boxing. And that's what got me into having success with boxing, training hard and working out hard, and dedicating to the boxing business.
Oh, I see. But what kind of awards you have received so far?
Well, like I said, I got inducted here in Chicago in 2016. I was with Muhammad Ali family. They're good friends of mine, and I was also inducted with them in the Boxing Hall of Fame. And a lot of other great boxers also got inducted from different weights and from different area. I got that. I got an award from New York. I got an award from the Hispanic. I got an award from the American people, the Puerto Rican people. I mean, I got different awards from different organizations.
I see. There are many rankings in boxing, right? So how do you divide this?
Well, each weight got a different ranking. And each weight, there's ranking like number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. It goes to about 20, 30. And then from there, they decide, like from the first to 10, you could fight for the title. I mean, you could fight for the title in from 1 to 15, but usually they use the first 5 or the first 10.
How many titles you earned so far?
Well, myself, I got 47 professional fights. I got almost 300 amateur fights. And amateur, I got so many titles: the Golden Glove, the Park District, the CYO, every tournament I wanted when I was young. And professional, I won the state of Illinois, the North American, different titles they got around the world. That you defend the title.
I see. When did you start boxing, and what made you to decide, actually pursue this career?
Well, I was 7 years old when I started my boxing career, but what happened, I used to get beat up when I was a young kid. And my brother took me to the boxing gym that was across the street with the Park District, La Follette Park, and that's how I come to learn how to box. And that's how my career started as an amateur fighter from my brother.
So have you ever actually fought with the gang members in the past? I was wondering about that.
Well, you know what? you know what? People used to beat me up, but these were young kids from the streets, and they were not into gangs. They just didn't like certain people around their neighborhood. I was the only Hispanic living there. They just didn't want certain people in the neighborhood, and that's why I used to get beat up. But no, I never got beat up. I never wasn't. In fact, I was never worried that a gangbanger would kill me because I was not involved with that. And the way my mom was, yeah, I would have feared my mom kill me, not a gangbanger. That's how strong my mom was. My mom was very strong. My mom didn't play around. And that's how we all came. Of our brothers, we never took drugs. We never were in the streets because we fear our mother would have probably done it.
Kill you guys first.
Right.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Then what made you decide to actually pursue this career then?
Well, I said to myself, I loved it, the sport. I know it was a dangerous sport because boxing is one of the dangerous sports in the world. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to go. If I won every tournament in amateur boxing, I said, I got a chance as a professional. And I took it up till I went all the way.
Oh, I see, I see.
And now what I do is I help a lot of kids. I work for the school, Aspida, and also FOBA. And we help kids that are in the streets, kids that no other high schools don't want them. We help them and we get them out of the streets. We help them, and to change their life around. And we have seen it happen. And you know, people think boxing is just going to hurt yourself. No. You got to have a lot of discipline to be a fighter. You got to be dedicated. You cannot be in the street smoking. You cannot be drinking. You cannot be messing around. You got to be a dedicated person to become a professional fighter.
How do you guys actually discipline?
Well, you got to discipline yourself because you cannot be smoking. You cannot be drinking. You cannot be messing around because your fear is right there. Now you're in the locker room. Now you're saying to yourself, your worst enemy is yourself, because now you're saying to yourself, golly, I was smoking, I was drinking, I was not training like I'm supposed to.
How many hours of training?
You got to do at least like 3 or 4 hours a day to become a professional fighter and to be a dedicated fighter. And I was, my job was, my managers pay me just to fight. My managers pay me. I didn't have to work. My manager said, this is your job and we got you in the salary. And that was my job.
I see, I see. Can you teach me how to do, actually how to fight?
Well, everything goes with the legs. And as soon as you bring the hand comes back right quick, because at the same time that you're throwing that, another guy is thinking the same, what is he going to throw you? This jab always, the jab punch is always to keep the boxer thinking, to keep him, what am I going to do next? What's the next step? That's the jab all the time. Then, I mean, there's hooks, there's right hands, there's uppercuts, and that comes as the fighter, you see the opening and you learn the other boxers what he's doing wrong and where you could hit him.
You know what? I saw the boxer actually doing it like this way. They are punching with this right hand, and at the other side they are like protecting
because
themselves.
They southpaw.
You know?
That's a southpaw fighter. When they throw with the right hand, that's a southpaw fighter, and they are the most difficult sometimes fighters there is.
Oh.
Yeah, southpaw fighter, it can make a little nightmare to a regular righty fighter.
I saw sometimes people dying, because how severe they got wound through the fight.
Well, like I was just telling you, we just had one critical on the Pacquiao fight Saturday. We just had one young guy, 24 years old, got killed on the boxing ring.
Oh my goodness. He went to hospital and then died right away.
Yeah, the referee stopped the fight at the 11th round, but when he got to the hospital, he died there.
Oh my goodness. It is a dangerous fight.
It's a dangerous sport.
Yeah.
I mean, and people, you look at other sports like karate, wrestling, and you see kickboxing, they go 4 rounds, 3 rounds. I mean, they do everything they could do to survive.
Right.
But boxing, you got to go 12. You were going 15 before, and then they put it to 12. But remember, your body is going all that 12 rounds. You just got to survive 12 rounds, and your body is taking so much pressure that sometimes your body cannot take it no more, and then you're gone. That's it.
Right. Oh my goodness. And how do you take care of your health after a fight?
That's a good question right there. How do you take care of your health? Well, remember, you got to go
Right.
to massagers, to the doctors, to check yourself, and also work out, because you know what? Let me tell you something. A lot of boxers, like nowadays that are retired, they just quit the boxing career, and now their whole system closed on their body. And then now they started getting sick from all the punishment they got. You got to keep active, not boxing, but running, working out, keeping yourself in shape.
That's how you protect yourself.
Exactly. And that's how you take, you don't let your body get all these kind of damage. You keep on working out. And that's what happened to a lot of fighters, that right now they stop fighting, working out, and then they get big, and then you're just at the house like this. It closes your brain. Then you come to know you get sick from this kind of thing. You get sick from this. You got to keep yourself focused and working out. Not punching each other, but working out, hitting the bag, running, jogging, doing all kind of workout. And I do it every day. And I just turned 58 yesterday.
Wow. Look at your body shape.
Yeah.
You're like a 20 and 30s. Yeah, amazing.
And
Yeah.
that's the boxing life. You got like I said, everybody's not born to become a fighter. It's a dangerous sport. But there is people, they got it, and they could. The advice that I always give a fighter is, make your money, take a career after that, in case something happens in your boxing career, you got something to lay back. And that's what I did. I did what I had to do, but I was always working too. And I had my career, and I also retired too.
Oh, I see. There are some women boxers I saw nowadays,
Yes, in fact, I just spoke to the family, the Ali family, Aliyah, the family, and in fact, when I was inducted, they were there, and a lot of people do not know that Muhammad Ali was not born in Chicago, but was raised in Chicago.
Wow.
I used to go to Ali's house all the time. And I see the family of Muhammad Ali all the time. Good, beautiful people. And that's the greatest boxer of all time.
Wow. You know what? I wasn't born to be a fighter. I was born to be a singer, and they're doing this.
Well, I'm also, besides I'm a professional fighter, I'm also
Singer too,
a
right?
singer too. I sing Spanish music and you know I do everything. You know anything that I could do to try to make it, I do it.
Can you sing maybe a few, lines?
Spanish?
Yeah, in Spanish.
Esta novia mía será mi tormento de noche y de día. No sé lo que siento.
Muchas gracias. ¿Cómo estás?
Bien.
Wonderful. Bravo.
Thank you.
So what are the risks that the boxing star are facing today?
Well, the risk is it's the same risk that always was. It's not just facing now. Boxing been facing. Remember, before you used to go 15 rounds, 20 rounds. I mean, we're talking 60s. You used to go way more rounds. But the risk that a lot of fighters are getting now, that they are getting hurt because they're not training the way they're supposed to, or sometimes you're too qualified for that fighter, and that's how you're going to have a risk of getting hurt.
Right.
Some people think that they could beat them, that you could beat another fighter, and that's good. You got to think positive all the time. But positive, that doesn't mean everything is the qualification of the other fighter. Maybe the other fighter could be, you're maybe 5'7", another fighter could be 6 feet, and it's still the same weight. Don't matter how tall, how skinny, and this guy could be way of a taller person, a taller boxer, and he could beat you by boxing him, and the other fighter, and he could demolish him really bad.
Have you ever thought one moment in your life while you're fighting that, oh, I'm going to die?
No.
No?
Never thought that. I never thought, never in my life. I thought that I could probably get hurt, but to die, no, I never thought of that.
But I know that it's a very dangerous fight, so that's why.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Anything, like I said, anything could happen, because remember, if a fighter don't give up, he's going to keep going, getting hurt. And now what's going on, like you were saying about some fights, you got to stop it right now. And that's one thing I look at the boxing. They should sometimes stop a fight. If somebody's getting hurt badly, they should stop it. I don't care how the other guy says I could do it. If you're getting hurt and hurt and hurt, you know what, cuts and getting down, damaging, you know what, the way I think as a professional, stop that fight.
And choking too.
Exactly.
I see numerous times.
Exactly.
Yeah. And sometimes I see the resentments. The fighters have resentment, and after the game, they keep going,
Yeah.
Oh, that was a mess,
That's why I said I respect a lot of fighters, and one, like I tell you, I respect a lot Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is 42 years old, and at that age he's a multi millionaire, billionaire, whatever it is. He's got everything in the world. You know what? Them damages, all that money's not going to help you. And that's why I said, I think that that there should be a little more stricter rules that when somebody's getting hurt, the referee just should tell the fighter, that's it.
Stop. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I agree with you. So how many years they can professionally fight? Starting 18, you told me, and then 30.
Well, you know, you could fight to any age you want. You know, there's fighters that are from that right now, like Manny Pacquiao. Look at George Foreman. George Foreman, when he was young, he didn't do it. But look at George Foreman, came back at 45 years old, won the championship of the world.
Wow.
George Foreman got 9 kids. He was going through some rough time. And I remember George Foreman when I was in Texas, he was like 300 pounds. And he came back, trained again at 45 years old, and won the championship of the world. And look at now, he's a millionaire. He's got his grill. He's got he's got everything that he wants.
Oh, wow. Wow, wow. Amazing.
But everybody is not George Foreman. Everybody is not Pacquiao. Everybody's not Floyd Mayweather.
Right. So we have to keep them in mind.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right. What do you want to do, actually? What do you want to do for other people?
Well, my goal is I want to help a lot of kids that are in the streets that need help with their life, getting back their life on track. I work with Aspida, and I'm with FOBA, and what we do, we help a lot of kids that are in the streets, not only in the streets, kids that come from different countries that don't got a family, that they want to, and we try to help them establish themselves, and we try to get them into boxing so they can learn how to defend themselves. Not that they want to be a professional fighter, but to learn how to defend and to learn the discipline. Because when I teach the kids I'm like a boot camp teacher. You know, we got a lot of kids, especially on the high school of Aspida, that are kids that other high schools don't want them. And these kids are like troublemakers, and we help them. And with I'm really strong. I'm a really strong. I love them. I take them to Great America. I take them fishing. I take them everywhere. But when it comes to the training, I'm really strict. I'm like a boot camp teacher, and that's how when they started swearing or they started talking, you know, just with the looks, they know what I mean, and that's the way it is.
Oh, you're the commander.
Right.
You're so funny. What are you doing after the retirement?
Well, right now I'm having a good life because I'm retired from the Chicago Transit Authority. I retired from the CTA 30 years.
Wow.
And I'm working for Aspida. That's a part-time job. But I'm traveling. I'm having a good time. But besides, like I said, I travel. I do a lot of fishing. I do a lot of singing. You know, I also film with Chicago Fire, Chicago Police, Chicago Justice. And some of the shows I'm a detective, and some of the shows I'm a policeman. I do a lot of things. I just don't stay. I don't stay home. I'm always busy.
Stay active.
Yeah, busy. Like I said, I go into the streets of the worst neighborhoods in the world, 77th Street, around there, Vincent. I go and talk to some of the kids that are there and try to get them out of the streets and try to help them out, try to get them in the right track. Try to help them. It's nothing of race. We got them black, Hispanic, Philippine, Korean, all kind. There's kids that need help of all kind of race,
Right.
and we help them out.
We always have to help other people.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. What brings you happiness?
That.
Helping other people?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what. Because when I, like right now, I got a girl, her name is Madi, and she was a really, really bad, crazy girl. And I changed her life around. And I helped her get a job. I helped her this, and she got a lot of respect for me. And when I do something to help them, I feel like, oh God, man, this is what they did for me.
Right.
Now I'm doing it for somebody else.
Yeah, you're paying back.
You know, and that's, I always said, and I never forgot the man that helped me. His daughter, she's an actor. Her name is the Virgin, Jane the Virgin. Gino Rodriguez is his daughter, and she's a big actor now. Jane the Virgin, and the father helped me out so much with my career that this, when I told him that I retire, he goes, God bless you. He was so happy because he knew what they did for him. He did it for me and did it for so many hundreds of people. And that makes you so proud. And like right now, when I could see that I could help somebody out, especially a kid, not only a kid, homeless people.
That's what I do?
Yeah, homeless people. I mean, I love them all. So, I help everybody. It's not just kids, homeless people. When I see them going through some bad times, because I never know. One day it could happen to me, and I would love somebody to come and help me too.
Right. Okay, thank you so much for sharing your story. Do you have any comments towards our audiences?
Well, I tell people, you know what? Let me tell you something. And I tell a lot of people, man, you see a lot of people out there in the streets. Sometimes don't turn your face. Give them a hand. I always said this. I never give money to somebody that I see that is on drugs or whatever I go and buy them a food. I feed them, and I'm proud of it. Because I don't know if I give them $2, $3, I don't know where that money's going. But if I know I bought him a food and he's eating it there, then it makes me proud because I know I fed him.
I see. Thank you so much for sharing your story and coming to our station today.
Thank you so much, and I thank all my people.
Helping other people is a key of the success. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.